This is Dave Lombardo, and you're watching the Impact Channel.
Hey guys, we are here with the one, the only Dave Lombardo. Hello man.
Hi, what's up?
Welcome to Hungary, first of all. How was the last two gigs in Europe?
The last, where did we play? We played Slovakia and Prague. They were both great. Slovakia was amazing, and Prague we had a great time too. Mm-hmm. Last night, it sounded really good, and we just didn't want to leave the stage. Mm-hmm. I think we played for like an hour and 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Playing in Philm requires a different drumming technique than in most of your previous projects. How do you challenge yourself in this band?
Well, what I did originally was scale down my drum set to only 4 pieces, with single bass drum, 1 tom, and floor tom. So I did 2 albums with that configuration, but now for the 3rd album I'm going to add double bass, but double pedal, not the 2 bass drums. And tonight, and this tour is the first tour I'm doing double pedal.
Many of the touring musicians give lessons to a certain amount of fans before the show. Have you considered doing anything like that?
No, I haven't. That's a nice idea, you know. If you're in town, you can sell tickets and, teach the fans, eh?
And you came up with the idea of the rhythm mysterium not so long time ago. Where did you get the inspiration for that?
I was approached by a company called Scene 4, and they asked me if I wanted to be a part of their music collection, photograph collection. And Bill Ward has done it. I think Dave Weckl has done these, these art pieces. But I took it a step further. I used a Vistalite, a clear drum set, so you can see the lights through the drum set, and it created a really nice effect. And I was more involved in the color scheme, in the titles of the pieces, and also choosing the pieces that I liked.
And do you have a favorite photographer or painter?
I love Dali. I love Dali. Jackson Pollock. Monet is beautiful. Some of the Monet work is amazing. Several other. There's many.
And do you have any favorite writer or philosopher?
Let's see, writer or philosopher? My dad.
And what does art mean to you?
It's expression. It's expression of what you're going through in your life during that period, and it's documented through history. So, it's a person's, I think, expression of their period of time. Mm-hmm.
One of the recent news after releasing Fire from Evening Star was the hostage to have an EP from Grip INC.
Yes.
Can we expect any further activities from this band?
Well, we can't resurrect Gus Chambers from the dead, and he was a very important figure in the inception of that band. Gus, I received a demo from him through a friend that was in Latin jazz. He was a percussionist in Latin jazz who had a job that worked with Gus's wife.
Okay.
And they gave each other a cassette or something, and I ended up with a cassette. And then when I heard it, I said, I love his voice, I want him. And once he got in the band, it was like he was just a big part of the whole thing.
Well, he was unique for sure.
He was very unique.
And I heard rumors that you would reunite with Casey from Amen. It's just a rumor.
No. I helped Casey with his new album.
Okay.
I played drums on it, and I did it as a favor. And the press release was turned around, and it made it sound like I joined the band when I didn't join the band. I have Philm, I have Blade Runner, I have Phantomus, I have other projects that I like to do, and so I couldn't do that project.
Well, I think Repentance was really underrated in the 90s. What was it like to, redefine yourself after Slayer?
I feel like I express myself more as an artist, as a musician. When I do my own projects, and I feel, it feels very productive for me.
Your son Jeremy has a band called Two Humans.
Yeah.
Do you plan to tour with them together?
That would be nice. I would love that. Yeah, it's been a dream of mine to play live on stage with them. But he's involved now with other projects, so you might hear him with another style of music. He's very open-minded, which I'm very proud of when it comes to music. And he's taught me a lot about music, and I've taught him about music too. So.
There are many really talented drummers nowadays out there, especially from the extreme metal scene. Do you follow any of them?
Not really. I'm in a different musical headspace. I've heard. I was part of one of the biggest extreme music bands, in the world, Slayer. Yeah. So when I listen to extreme music, I listen to it, and it's like, oh, I've heard that before. I've heard that. Oh, okay. There's some stuff that's very interesting, but very punk. There's a band called Retox and The Locust, and both from the same drummer. His name is Gabe Serbian, and he's a fantastic player. I look to a more. I have to be careful in what I say. I have to look more into bands outside the genre that I was a part of, because I understand it very well. So I look for other genres and other styles of music to kind of enhance my extreme playing,
All right.
So I really don't listen to anything because I automatically go into extreme. Like tonight, I pick up a little bit of drum and bass, I pick up a little bit of funk, some just rock and roll, but I mix it in with thrash, and extreme music and blast beats, and so, I take a little bit from everything.
What makes a drummer a really good drummer, in your opinion?
How versatile he is, how much feeling he has when he plays. And feeling, I don't mean with his chops, what he does and how complicated or how fast. It's his feel, his style. That's very important. You have to have your own style.
You have worked with DJs before. Do you listen to techno or electro music?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Prodigy is one of my favorite bands. I love listening to Fluke. I love listening to, industrial music in general, because it's a fine line. Industrial music mixed in, kind of dance music, kind of bounces back and forth. So, yeah, I love it. I learn a lot from programmers. Like I learned from, listening to different styles of music. I think, different programmers have a different way of obviously programming the drums, and I listen to that and I get inspired in a lot of ways.
How about shamanic music or shamanic drumming? Does it affect you?
Yeah. I listen to some of that stuff. It's, some of the Cuban ritual rhythms that we have. I listen to that. Some deep African Yoruban drum rhythms from, the western part of Africa. I listen to Moroccan drumming. There's a band called Zarbang that I love very much, and they're from the Middle East. They're Persian, and so I try to go everywhere. Even Japan, the taiko drummers from Japan are fantastic. Some of those rhythms are phenomenal.
And how would you express yourself without music in your life?
If I didn't have music in my life, how would I express myself? Probably through art, painting, drawing.
Mario from Gojira also likes to paint on drum. Would you like to do anything like that?
I haven't thought about it.
No?
That's a great idea.
And who is on your bucket list to work with?
There's too many. There's a lot of people I'd love to work with. Jeez, yeah, many, too many.
Okay,
everyone. Every diverse drummer that wants to. Every diverse musician that wants to do something creative. It's
And what are your 5 favorite albums of all time?
too many. There's too many to pick. Top 5. There's too many. It surpassed 5. I love Jimi Hendrix. Of course, Zeppelin. So you can imagine all those albums there. Those are some, 2 of my favorite artists. Plus everything else, there's too many.
What's the meaning of life?
Inner peace.
Okay.
You're just peaceful. You gotta live peaceful. No hostility, no anger, no vibes, negative people. I don't like negativity. You got to be happy, man. If you can't make yourself, if you can't be happy, you got to find other places to be in life.
Exactly.
You got to search for your happiness, because you can't go through life that way, miserable, sad. If you're in a relationship that's not good for you, it's unhealthy. Get the fuck out. You have only one life, man.
True.
Yeah, so.
Any message to your fans?
I love them. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.